Welcome to lesson 3.2. So today we're going to talk about solving equations or two-step equations. So we reviewed one-step equations, so now we're going into two-step equations. So remember, the goal of solving an equation is to get the variable by itself. And to get the variable by itself, we use inverse operations. Okay, so when we're doing this stuff, we have to remember that's our goal. Get the variable by its self. So let's just hop right in. So we're solving 3x plus 4 equals 7. Now, when we had something like 2x equals 8, we said, okay, what's happening to x? Where it's being multiplied by 2, so we divide by 2. So now we have two things happening to x. We're multiplying by 3, and we're also adding 4. Okay, so now this is what we have to think of. We have to think, what is closest to x? Multiplying by 3. That is the last thing we're going to do. Okay, and then you have your algebra tiles on the side. Now, I already have mine labeled, so you're going to have to kind of catch those up and label them. So algebra tiles is just a way to represent the equation. So if you notice, we have 3x, and we have 3 x's. We have plus 4. We have positive 4 equals 7, and we have 7 right here. Okay, so that's just representing the equation. So I'm going to show both side by side how the algebra tiles show what we do with this. So we want to get x by itself. Okay, we want to get 1x equals something, equals a number. Okay, so the first thing we need to do if we're looking at our algebra tiles, we need to move this plus 4. Well, to get rid of plus 4, we have to take away 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we do it on one side, we have to do it on the other. So in the actual math part of the equation, we're just subtracting 4 on both sides. Okay, so then I have 3x equals 7 minus 4 is 3. And if you notice, in my algebra tiles, I have 3x equals 3, which is what I have on my other side. Okay, then I go, okay, what's happening to x? It's being multiplied by 3, so I'm going to divide by 3. And if you look, I have x matches 1, x matches 1, x matches 1. So I end up with the result x equals 1. X equals 1 algebra tile because each x goes to one of the boxes. So x has to equal 1 for this to work. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. So I have negative 2x minus 4 equals 10. So if you notice, my boxes are red for minus 4. Okay, so I have what's happening to x is I'm multiplying by negative 2 and I'm subtracting 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 4. I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to add 4 on both sides. So when I add positive 4, a positive and a negative cancel each other out. But over here, I'm actually adding 4 more positives. Okay, so then I'm left with negative 2x equals 14. Okay, and so I have negative 2x right where I'm at equals 14. I have 14 boxes, so that's, if you add up all the ones, those are 14. Okay, so now I'm looking, okay, how can, I have two negative x's, so I have to group them. So 1x is 7 of these boxes. Okay, so I'm going to divide by negative 2, and so x equals, now if you notice, because this is a negative x, if I want to switch this, these have to be negative 1s. Okay, so these are negatives. That's bad. these are negatives, because if I want a positive x, then I have to switch the sign of the numbers. So 1x equals 7. Okay, so a negative x equals positive 7, so x equals negative 7. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, so then let's look at the last one. X divided by 2 plus 3 equals 8. So x is being added by 3 and divided by 2. Okay, so essentially we have half of x plus 3 equals 8. So if we look at our algebra tiles, I have half of x, so one x tile is being cut in half, plus 3 equals 8. So if I'm adding 3, the opposite is going to be subtracting 3 on both sides. So then I have x divided by 2 equals 5. And if you look on my algebra tiles, I'm taking away 3, so I have to take away 3. So I'm left with 5. So then I have half of x is equal to 5. And I want to know what a whole x equals. So if half of x equals 5, then a whole x would be 2 of 5. And if you look, we're dividing by 2. We're going to do the opposite of multiplying by 2. And when that happens, we get x equals 10. So x equals 10. Because half of x is 5, so a whole x would be 10. So that's it for lesson 3.2. Bye.